Los Angeles Angels versus Philadelphia Phillies. The Los Angeles Angels, 47-49, and the Philadelphia Phillies, 55-41, open the second half of the season with an interleague series on Friday. This will be the only series played between these teams this season. Los Angeles has yet to name their starter, while Philadelphia will be sending out Jesus Luzardo, 4.14 ERA. The Los Angeles Angels return to action in Philadelphia and still have their hopes set on a playoff spot despite being fourth overall in their division. They are 9 games behind the division-leading Astros in the AL West, but that is not as important as their 4-game gap behind the final wildcard spot, keeping their hopes alive for the postseason. They closed the first half, winning 2 of 3 at home against Arizona. In the final game, they only got 1 run off an RBI single from Mike Trout in a 5-1 loss. Trout has been the face of the franchise over the past several years, but injuries have slowed him down, and he has already missed 25 games this season. The 33-year-old outfielder has still managed to hit 17 home runs and 41 RBI in his appearances, and is batting .238 at the plate, while typically batting third as the DH. Their most productive hitter this season has been Taylor Ward. The left fielder leads the team with 21 home runs and 65 RBI. Trout and Ward have been playing well, but the Angels did not send any positional players to the All-Star game. The Angels have not yet announced their starting rotation following the All-Star break. Yusei Kikuchi was named as an All-Star but was not available in Atlanta due to a previous start. The Angels are 25th in the league in team ERA at 4.63. The NL East appears to be a 2-team race as we head into the second half of the season, with the Philadelphia Phillies holding just a half-game lead over the Mets at the top. The Braves are another 10 games behind the Mets, so the top 2 teams seem like they will battle it out for the crown. Philly finished the first half by losing 2 of 3 on the road against the Padres. In their most recent game, JT Realmuto had a RBI double to score the winning run in the 2-1 game. Realmuto is in his 7th season with the Phillies after spending his first 5 seasons with the Marlins. The 34-year-old catcher batted 5th in the lineup against San Diego and has 5 home runs and 32 RBI on the season. To go with his 268 batting average, Kyle Schwarber is coming off his MVP performance in the All-Star game, where he saved the National League in the extra innings home run competition. He is also 5th in the majors with 30 homers on the year with 69 RBI and a .274 batting average while taking the 2nd spot in the lineup as their DH. Bryce Harper missed over 25 games with injury this season, but is always a threat with 10 home runs and 35 RBI on the year. Jesus Luzardo will make his 20th start of the season as a 27-year-old left-hander. He has an 8-5 record with the team, going 2-3 overall in his last 3 starts. His ERA is 4.14 with a 122-36 strikeout-to-walk ratio. In his most recent start, Luzardo pitched 7 scoreless innings in a win over San Francisco. The Angels have not yet named their starter here, and we are less than 24 hours away from the first pitch. This type of uncertainty is not helpful for a ball club, and they may need extra innings from their bullpen if this gets out of hand early. There is a strong chance that happens, as the Phillies are healthy, and Schwarber has been showing great power while being 5th in the league in home runs. The Angels are on an overstreak. Ward and Trout can provide runs, but it is their poor pitching which has helped them go over in 6 of their last 7 before the break. This will be another high-scoring game, especially if the Phillies strike early and force the Angels to scramble. Have to play the run line here if you like Philly like I do, as they are -200 on the money line, but even on the run line. The Phillies have had time to rest. Sure, they sent some players to the All-Star game, but the time off also allowed key players like Bryce Harper to get the rest they needed to be healthy and refreshed. The Angels have yet to name their starter, but their rotation and bullpen have not been that strong regardless of who they send out, as they rank 25th in the league in team ERA, showing consistent struggles in limiting runs. The Phillies are going with Luzardo, who held the Giants scoreless over 7 innings in his last outing and recently shut out the Mets for 6+ innings before the break. He's showing great form and control. The Phillies are the better team on both sides of the ball and will cover the run line here with confidence, especially given how sharp their pitching has looked and how vulnerable the Angels have been on the road. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Philadelphia Phillies minus 1.5. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box. Kansas City Royals versus Miami Marlins. It's the opening game of a 3-game interleague series between a pair of foes trying to gain ground in their respective playoff pictures on the diamond in South Beach as the Kansas City Royals travel to face the Miami Marlins Friday night as the second half of the season gets underway, and Kansas City salvaged the finale of their 3-game set with the Mets at home, winning 3-2 Sunday afternoon in their previous contest. Miami drubbed Baltimore 11-1 in the rubber game of their set on the road Sunday afternoon. In the season series last year, the Royals took 2 of 3 meetings at home, June 24th to 26th, 2024. Kansas City closed the first half with a win over the Mets to avoid a sweep of their interleague set at home Sunday afternoon. The Royals enter this game 47-50 and stood tied for third in the AL Central, 12 games behind the Tigers for the top spot. They were 4.5 games behind the Mariners for the final wildcard spot in the American League. Against New York Sunday, Kansas City recorded 10 hits, with Jonathan India the lone player with 2 in the contest. The Royals were 2 of 6 with runners in scoring position and left 6 men on base in the contest. Noah Cameron threw 6.2 innings, allowing no runs on 7 hits with 2 walks and 8 strikeouts, but didn't factor in the decision. Carlos Estevez, 4-2, blew the save but earned the win in relief despite allowing 2 runs on 2 hits with no walks or strikeouts over 1 inning of relief. Seth Lugo is expected to take the mound for the Royals as he makes his 18th start of the season in the opening game of this set. He is 6-5 with a 2.87 ERA, a 1.079 WHIP, 31 walks and 88 strikeouts over 101 innings of work. Lugo didn't factor in the decision in his last start, which came on the road against the Pirates at home July 8th. He threw 6 innings, allowing 2 runs on 4 hits with 1 walk and 5 strikeouts in a game the Royals eventually won 4-3. In his last 3 starts, Lugo is 2-0 with a 1.50 ERA, a 1.22 WHIP, 8 walks and 20 strikeouts over 18 innings of work. Lugo makes his 35th career appearance, 8th start against the Marlins in this contest. He is 4-1 with 3 saves, a 2.48 ERA, a 1.00 WHIP, 19 walks and 65 strikeouts over 69 innings of work against them. Lugo is 2-0 with 1 save, a 3.69 ERA, a 1.295 WHIP, 11 walks and 22 strikeouts over 31.2 innings in 16 career appearances, 3 starts at Lone Depot Park. Miami took 2 of 3 from Baltimore as they rolled to a blowout win in the finale of their set Sunday afternoon on the road. The Marlins enter this contest 44-51 on the year and stand third in the NL East, 10.5 games behind the Phillies for the top spot. They were 7.5 games behind the Padres for the final wildcard spot in the National League. Against Baltimore Sunday, Miami wrapped out 18 hits with Kyle Stowers, 4 runs, 6 RBI, leading the way with 5, while Liam Hicks, RBI, added 3. Stowers, his 17th, 18th, and 19th, went deep 3 times, while Otto Lopez, his 11th, also went yard in the game. Yuri Perez, 3-2, earned the win as he threw 7 innings, allowing no runs on 3 hits with no walks and 6 strikeouts before departing. Sandy Alcantara is on the bump for the Marlins as he makes his 19th start of the season in this contest. He is 4-9 with a 7.22 ERA, a 1.484 WHIP, 37 walks and 71 strikeouts over 91 innings of work on the season. Alcantara took the loss in his last start, which came against the Reds on the road July 9th. He threw 5 innings, allowing 6 runs on 9 hits with 2 walks and 4 strikeouts in a game. The Marlins dropped 7-2. In his last 3 starts, Alcantara is 0-1 with a 9.53 ERA, a 1.59 WHIP, 3 walks, and 12 strikeouts over 17 innings of work. Alcantara beat the Royals in his lone career start against them, which came against the Royals at home September 8, 2019. He threw a complete game shutout, allowing 4 hits with 2 walks and 8 strikeouts in a 9-0 Marlins triumph. Alcantara is 22-30 with a 3.19 ERA, a 1.077 WHIP, 139 walks, and 436 strikeouts over 496.2 innings of action in 76 career appearances, 1 start at Lone Depot Park. Both teams are on the outside, looking in for a wild card spot in their respective leagues heading into this contest. The Royals have won 7 of their previous 10 games entering this one, and Alcantara has struggled all season long as he tries to get up to speed after missing all of last season following Tommy John surgery. Miami took care of business against the Orioles heading into the All-Star break, but they have work to do offensively to be a threat in the second half. Lugo has pitched well all year, though his personal numbers don't reflect that due to limited run support. With Alcantara's issues, you have to give the advantage to the visitors in this contest. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Kansas City Royals ML. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box. Detroit Tigers versus Texas Rangers. The AL Central Division leading Tigers head to Arlington to take on the Rangers in this post-All-Star break weekend series. The Tigers have the AL's best record, while the Rangers are trying to claw their way back to .500. The pitching matchup on Friday will feature Tigers righty Reese Olson, 4, 3.2.95, taking on Rangers southpaw Patrick Corbin, 6'7", 4.15. The Tigers return from the All-Star break hoping to return to the form that produced the best record in the American League in the first half. The Tigers closed out the first half on a sour note, losing each of their final 4 games, including a 3-game sweep at the hands of the Mariners in Detroit. The Tigers still have a comfortable 11.5 game lead over the second-place Twins. All-Star starter Riley Green leads the Tigers in both home runs and RBI. The Tigers were the most consistent team in baseball throughout the first half and have positioned themselves to return to the playoffs for the second straight season. They'll open the second half with righty Reese Olson on the hill. Olson is 4-3 in 11 starts, including 3 quality starts. He has an ERA of 2.95 and a WHIP of 1.24. Olson has allowed 50 hits in 58 innings of work, including just 3 home runs. He has walked 22 batters and struck out 55. In his last start, a 7-3 loss to the Rays, Olson allowed 6 hits in 5 innings and just 2 runs. The Tigers have lost 3 of Olson's last 5 starts. On the road, Olson is 1-2 with a 3.52 ERA in 6 starts. Texas Rangers started to build momentum as the first half closed, winning 3 of their last 5 games. That includes a 5-1 win over the first-place Houston Astros to close out the half. The Rangers took 2 of 3 from the Astros and finished the first half with an overall mark of 48-49. The Rangers have been led by All-Star Jacob deGrom, who has returned to form this year after a few injury-riddled seasons. He leads the team in ERA, wins, and strikeouts. Rangers are just 8.5 games behind the first-place Astros, despite missing several key starters in the first half. The Rangers will turn to left-hander Patrick Corbin in Game 1 against the Tigers. Corbin has a record of 6-7 in 17 starts, including 5 quality starts. He has an ERA of 4.15 and a WHIP of 1.32 thus far on the season. Corbin has allowed 96 hits in 93.1 innings of work, including 14 home runs. He has walked 27 batters and struck out 74. In his last start, an 11-4 win at Los Angeles against the Angels, he allowed 7 hits and 2 runs in 5 innings while striking out 6, keeping the game under control. The Rangers have lost 3 of Corbin's last 5 starts but have won each of the last 2. At home, Corbin is 2-3 with an ERA of 3.79 in 7 starts, showing more consistency in familiar surroundings. The trends are shifting toward the over in this matchup. The Tigers have gone over the number in 4 of their last 5 games. They have also hit 124 home runs on the season and are slugging .425 as a team. That will serve them well against Corbin, with his propensity to give up the long ball and struggle with command when behind in the count. For the Rangers, the team has gone over the number in 4 of their last 5 games. They have also gone over the number in 3 of Corbin's last 5 starts. Both teams are fresh and ready to go after the break and should find the hitting conditions ideal in Texas. The All-Star break came at the perfect time for the Tigers, who were limping into the pause with 4 consecutive losses and clear signs of fatigue both on the mound and at the plate. However, things appear to line up favorably for them in the opener against the Rangers on the road. Offensively, the Tigers have fared well against left-handed pitching, hitting .264 as a team while slugging .443, numbers that suggest they can do damage against a southpaw like Corbin. The Rangers have dropped 3 of Corbin's last 5 starts, with inconsistency and vulnerability to power hitters continuing to plague his outings. Detroit's Reese Olson, on the other hand, has been solid away from home, compiling a 3.52 ERA across 6 road starts. He's done an above-average job of limiting damage and giving his team a chance to win, even when run support has been inconsistent. The Tigers have gone under the total in 3 of their last 5 games, a reflection of Olson's ability to control opposing lineups. He's also done a masterful job of keeping the ball in the park, surrendering just 3 home runs all season. Corbin has had quite the opposite issue, serving up 14 homers and struggling to limit explosive innings. With both the pitching matchup and recent trends tilting in Detroit's favor, look for the Tigers to bounce back and grab a much-needed win on Friday night to open the second half on a strong note. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Detroit Tigers ML. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box. Milwaukee Brewers versus Los Angeles Dodgers. On Friday, the Milwaukee Brewers will take on the Los Angeles Dodgers at Dodger Stadium, and Milwaukee and Los Angeles played a 3-game series earlier this month. The Brewers swept the series and are 6-4 in their last 10 meetings with the Dodgers. The over was 5-4-1 in those 10 games. Milwaukee, 56-40 SU, 52-44 RL, and 40-53 3OU, swept Washington in its previous series. The Brew Crew is 8-2 in its last 10 games. The over-under was split 5-5. Milwaukee hasn't named a probable pitcher for Friday's series opener versus LA. Right-hander Quinn Priester is in line to make the start, per Brewers reporter Jack Stern. In his last outing, the 24-year-old held the Nationals to 2 runs and 4 hits with 5 strikeouts in 6 frames. He is 7-2 with a 3.55 ERA and 1.25 WHIP in 17 appearances, 12 starts this season, including 2-1 with a 4.09 ERA and 1.50 WHIP on the road, 9 games. Priester has done a solid job limiting home runs, allowing just 6 all year, and has shown the ability to work deep into games when efficient. His developing sinker-slider combination has generated a strong ground ball rate, giving the Brewers a chance to compete even when facing a dangerous Dodgers lineup. The Brewers have been postseason contenders for the past few seasons but have struggled when the lights were bright, posting a 2-10 playoff record since 2019. Milwaukee started slow but turned a corner in June, compiling a 16-9 record. Milwaukee is just a game behind Chicago in the NL Central standings, but can they sustain their pace? Los Angeles, 58-39 SU, 44-53 RL, and 52-43 OU, won 2 of 3 games against San Francisco in its previous series. showing flashes of dominance despite recent struggles. The Dodgers are 3-7 in their last 10 games. The under was 6-4, with the offense failing to click consistently during that stretch. Injuries and slumps have hampered their momentum, but their pitching staff has still managed to keep several games within reach, contributing to the under trend. LA hasn't named a probable pitcher for Friday's game against the Brewers. A likely option is right-hander Tyler Glasnow, per reporter Howard Cole. In his last start, the 31-year-old held the Brewers to 1 run, 0 earned, on 2 hits and 3 walks in 5 innings. He is 1-0 with a 3.52 ERA and 1.22 WHIP in his 6 starts this year, showing flashes of dominance while continuing to stretch out his workload. Glasnow has struck out 36 batters over 30.2 innings, demonstrating his ability to miss bats and limit hard contact. If he gets the nod, the Dodgers will hope for another efficient outing as they try to steady their rotation amidst recent inconsistency. The Dodgers are fresh off a World Series title, but after several notable off-season acquisitions, the franchise is primed for a run at more championships. Los Angeles has the biggest payroll in baseball, $330 million, featuring several talented arms in its starting rotation and a star-studded lineup capable of winning games on its own. With a 5.5-game lead over second-place San Diego in the NL West, it's going to be tough to knock the Dodgers off their throne as they continue to assert dominance on both sides of the ball. Offensively, they boast one of the deepest lineups in baseball, led by superstars like Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman, while Shohei Ohtani provides a unique two-way advantage. The rotation remains formidable with experienced aces supported by emerging young talent, and the bullpen has quietly posted top-tier numbers. Defensively, Los Angeles is sound as well, ranking among the league leaders in fielding percentage and defensive efficiency. With strong fundamentals, elite coaching, and unmatched roster depth, the Dodgers are built not just to contend, but to dominate. Priester has been effective since the end of May and has allowed 2 or fewer runs in 10 of his appearances this season. He may not dominate Los Angeles' potent lineup, but he will keep them in check and give his team a chance to compete. Glasnow hasn't pitched much in 2025, but the visitors have not fared well against him in the past. 0.093 batting average, /0.163 slugging percentage, /0.158 WOBA in 43 combined at-bats. If they can get more runners on base in tomorrow's game, I like their chances at pulling off the upset, but they aren't likely to shell him. With both bullpens fully rested and no travel fatigue to factor in, runs will be at a premium on Friday night at Dodger Stadium. Given the quality of the starting pitching and the recent track record of both clubs in low-scoring affairs, the under is an intriguing angle to consider. The game script favors a pitcher's duel, and if either team blinks early, it could be the deciding factor. Expect a tightly contested matchup with playoff-level intensity. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Milwaukee Brewers. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box.